Alright, so we're back for another first impressions video, and we're gonna be coming back to one of my favorite brands that I've discovered this year, Game of Spades. So I recently got another new haul of fragrances from Game of Spades line. I think I have almost every fragrance from the line now, but the fragrance of the day that we're gonna be talking about is this baby right here. This is called Game of Spades Jackpot. So just looking at the box before we even get into the fragrance, I just looking at the design, this is really luxurious looking, so hopefully the scent matches the look. Game of Spades is one of those really affordable dupe brands that has kind of come out. They've really hit a lot of the fragrances that they're trying to inspire by. They're hitting a lot of those, they're hitting the nail. Game of Spades is one of those brands that is really hitting the nail on the head as far as a lot of the fragrances that they're trying to be inspired by. Now, as far as the background information on this fragrance, there really isn't a whole lot out there on social media, so this is really going to be a true blind reaction, unlike most of the other fragrances where I can at least get a gauge on what it's trying to mirror, what it's trying to embody. This is really going to be an interesting review, but as always, let's get right into it and let's get into the unwrap. Got her unwrapped. Love the box line. Look at this, guys. Really luxurious, really classy. We open it up. Nice gold bottle, nice gold. Love what they do with the bottles. This is really classy, guys. Really luxurious. And again, paid $60 for it. So for a $60 bottle that goes for this level of luxury, really can't beat. Now, one of the things I do talk about for those of us who are nitpicky, they went with the type of design where it's really gonna get your fingerprints on the bottle. But I mean, other than that, I do love the look. There we go. So now all that's left is for us to get into the review. What I did find is that this is going to be a fragrance that is going to be leaning into the fruity, musky, vanillic, ambery type of fragrance. So if you like those type of fragrances, this is going to be in your wheelhouse and in your ballpark. But as always, we'll get right into the smell test. First and foremost thing is our initial smell test of the air. Nice pressurized atomizer. Definitely picking up on that citrusy musk and bergamot really in the opening. Really nice. Smells a little bit like herba pura, but a little bit more musky instead of on the fruity end like herba pura and kind of like emerald gold. That's what this fragrance is kind of reminding me of. Really nice CRs to a really nice projection. I do think this one has a good presence to it. So just off of the opening, definitely I'm liking it. We're 1 for 1. Really enjoying the fragrance. All right, we got the tester strip, so we'll go 3 off the strip. Nice wide spraying. You can tell by the projection. Really nice atomizer. We'll let that sit down as we get a gauge for it again. See, it almost smelled like it was gonna give off a little bit of grapefruit, but it's definitely a mixture of fruits. It's not just one citrusy note. It's not just bergamot. You're picking up a wide array of fruits. So if you like those fruitier fragrances, definitely gonna love this. This does lean unisex initially, but there's a musky undertone in this one that really is giving it a level of masculinity. So maybe for those of us who think emerald gold may lean a little too much on the feminine side, if you think maybe herba pura leans a little too feminine, it's a little too fruity sweet, I think this could be a little bit more. We're leaning towards the masculinity side of we're leaning more towards the masculine side of the spectrum with this one. Definitely picking up on a muskier, powdery accord. Now we got the tester strip. Let's set this one fair. Picking up on some vanilla, you're picking up on amber, picking up on the powdery, of course, definitely some florals in here, light florals though. It's not the most floral fragrance like others, but definitely picking up a little bit of florals. It's not an Irish powdery type of fragrance. It's more fresh and clean. This one is giving more of that spring vibe, more of a fall vibe. Maybe even if you want a fresh fragrance for the winter, you could wear this, you could pull this one off. Nonetheless, really good scent projection, really good CRs, really good scent quality. So this one, if I had to attribute it to something, we're picking up, amber gold, herba pura, maybe even private edition. There's a little bit of a resinous quality. So for those of us who've tried amber oud gold and have tried the private edition where it's a little darker, that's what this one's giving. Still great scent quality, and definitely I love the fragrance. Last thing, let's go off the skin. We'll go to off the skin. I think we got us another dub. Let this one sit down. There's a fresh spiciness in here, so a little bit of a green touch. Maybe like, it's not patchouli though, like Artemisia, maybe like lily, something like that, where it's a green note that is not gonna give it that darkness that patchouli would give. It's not gonna be like incense or anything like that, but definitely you can tell there's a level of green twist in here. But nonetheless, when you try it off the skin, still checks out. Citruses, musk, vanilla, amber. a familiar note breakdown and a familiar scent breakdown, but nonetheless still great quality, still love it. Definitely worth the blind buy, definitely worth the purchase. Tried and tested scent DNA, but guys, another dub from the line, another TFM stamp of approval type fragrance. This one isn't maybe gonna be the one that knocks your socks off, only because the fragrances like it on the market, but still great scents, but still a great fragrance. If you love Gamma Spades fragrances, you love high quality scents, you love luxury smelling scents, you're gonna definitely love this one. There you go, guys. Another first impression is done in the count of 4. Appreciate all you guys for listening to it. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button so you get notified anytime I drop any new fragrance content. Let me know what other Gamma Spades fragrances you guys want me to try out. I have more coming, but let me know which one is your favorite from the line. As always, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.